Hello, hello, everyone. It is Tanisha Carroll with Mommy and Me on assignment. And I hope that you've been enjoying these conversations as much as I have. Can you tell that I'm enjoying myself? We're having a good time having this conversation with Miss Kimberly Yhap. This is Mommy and Me on assignment. And here at Mommy and Me, we are focused on moms of tween daughters. We are supporting you, encouraging you, and helping you to have a positive relationship with your daughter and using communication, communication opportunities, as well as music to create a positive and grace filled relationship between mom and daughter. And so today, this this month we're talking about the menstrual cycle and how we as moms can support our daughters through this, and how we as moms can be educated and have a greater understanding about the menstrual cycle and its importance and value in our lives as women. And so we have a fertility care practitioner, a registered nurse, certified professional speaker, author, a menstrual and hormonal wellness coach. Miss Kimberly Yhap is here with us. She has been talking to us in detail for the last couple of weeks, and she has over 10 years of experience helping women who are struggling with their painful cycles, PMS, infertility, and irregular periods. And so we're grateful to have her here with us today. Welcome, Kimberly, to Mommy and Me.
Thank you, Coach Tanisha. Thank you for inviting me here. Again, I am just enjoying the empowering time that we are having here.
Yeah,
After today, we would never be the same. We would
for
never be the
sure.
same moms. We are going to be empowered moms. And I'm thanking you for giving me this opportunity. Listen, to just sit down and chat with you
Yeah.
about the things that we didn't know and the things that
Mhm.
our moms didn't know. But the thing is, we don't have to go through this life not knowing, but our daughters, oh boy,
Yes.
you could just imagine the woman that they're going to turn out to be. Thank you
Yes.
so much for having me here.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, we're gonna give them what we did not have. And so previously we have talked about things, how to start that conversation with your daughter, how important it is that she know who she is and how God created her. And also Kimberly dispelled some of the widely known myths about the menstrual cycle. And if you haven't seen either of those videos, definitely go back and check them out. And I think one of the most important things that I have gotten from this conversation so far is just about ovulation and what a valuable and important part it plays in our menstrual cycle and in our um, health as women, because Kimberly told us that what's happening in our vaginal area is a sign of what it shows up in our exterior in a lot of ways. And so if you are having some issues in your with your period by not having it, if you're having issues with your vagina or your in your uterus, go to the doctor, because that is a sign that something is not quite right. Okay.
Right.
And I'm going to say it again. I guess I'm going to just keep saying it. If your doctor is not listening to you, get a new doctor. Hello.
Yeah.
Because medical things, that's a conversation for both of us. That is a collaborative effort. And so if your doctor is not a person who is good about listening to you and they just want to throw you on medication for everything, please search out a doctor who's going to really care about your health and not just be about medicine. Okay, but that's another topic for another day. I love my doctor. um So today we're going to give Kimberly the opportunity to just share with us things that she believes are really important, essential things that we need to know as moms and as tweens and as moms of tweens, as our daughters begin their cycle, and even you, mom, what you need to know and really pay attention to when it comes to your cycle. So Kimberly, tell us, what are those really, really important, give us maybe like 3 or 4 things that are the most important thing that you think we need to be paying attention to.
Okay, great. And one of the things I'm so glad that you alluded to, Coach Tanisha, is the fact that we are having this conversation, as you know, not really just about the period. The period is not the top guy here today or the top gal here today. The ovulation is key. Ovulation is key. And so one of the things, one of the main reasons for lots of the menstrual cycle irregularities is because of ovulation dysfunction. And so we want to make sure that we pay close attention. Listen, if our heart is not working right, we have dysfunction heart, lungs. I mean, it's like we got to focus on the ovaries, right? When things aren't going well. So a couple of things I really want to make sure that us as moms and those of you who have tweens that haven't gone over, who haven't yet, had that first cycle and that first period, or, you're the mom who, you have the 6-year-old, the 7-year-old, and you wanted to know, listen, you need to be here and you need to, get your facts, get your pen, get your paper, whatever, get your facts, because it's so much, and it's so important as your daughter is approaching the menstrual cycle that I was one of those moms who didn't quite know, even though I'm a registered nurse, I didn't quite know all of the things. And there were some things I was concerned about. I think the headaches was one that I was concerned about, and the nausea. And I didn't realize that, guess what? She's going to show up and reflect some of the same things that I was reflecting at the end of my journey. I couldn't put them together. But what I want you to know, a couple of things again, and I'm a registered nurse, as you know, and moms, I just love to not nerd you out, but listen, I want to make sure you get the facts. And so as your daughter is approaching that time for her menstrual cycle, there are certain factors that can impact menarche and as well as puberty. And weight is one of those key factors. Okay, if she is overweight or underweight, that can determine when she may start her cycle. I mean, I know that there's sometimes some women say, oh, well, it happened to me and my mother and my grandmother, and sometimes it goes down that line. But I just heard your story when you introduced it, Tanisha, that didn't happen with your family, right? Your mom was around 16 or 17 years of age, but the important thing would have been able to say, okay, fine, what was going on in mom's life way back then? Right?
Yep.
Because some of these things can be factors that determines when our daughters may start their menstrual cycle or may have puberty. Now, if we're overweight, it may accelerate the process. And I know we know about the precocious puberty, right? I had one girl who said her daughter was 6 years old. And this is one of the key things, because weight kickstarts the brain to get the process going, right? So the brain gets its information and it starts to send messages to one of the places we don't hear a lot about in this whole thing is the adrenal glands. And so even before menarche happens, there is something called adrenarche, where the adrenal glands are waking up. And so the adrenal glands start with the producing some hormones that are going to get some things going. So moms, how do I know that adrenal glands are beginning to work? Well, guess what? You may not know at the beginning, because you know what? One of the things that may start to show up is she may start to have pubic hair. Well, guess what? You wouldn't see that. You wouldn't see that because we've given our daughters that privacy. They're grown up that age. We're not bathing them anymore. We're not taking them in the shower. No. Those days are done, right? And so they're going to be having the appearance of pubic hair, and it gets very private at that point in time, And then you have the underarm hair. But one of the things that you may know that can alert you. So this adrenal process that probably has started already is the body odor. Yep. You know what? It was the body odor that can shock you out of this world, right? And it's not to shame them, but to wow, to understand that, yes, guess what? Your body is beginning to work. The process has started. You got about a 2 year span, or a little bit more, 2 year before the other part of the journey is continued. So it's important to understand that weight is one of the triggers to get things started. One of the other things about weight is that your body weight is that even with her cycle, if she is underweight, it's not enough. The body is saying, I don't have enough fat to ovulate because I need, remember, this whole process is preparing women to procreate. If the body doesn't have enough energy inside to keep a baby alive, nope, we're not releasing an egg. Okay. And so it's going to be very important that they say that 17% of her body weight should be fat. If she drops below that, she can lose her cycle, right? So we can understand people who are over exercising, right? And the whole craze to look like some of these models on the media, we see it in our anorexic girls, who the whole body image issue, where they're not eating and things like that, and it affects their menstrual cycle because it goes into hibernation. So it's so much important. One of the things, yes, we need fat to wake up those eggs so that we can start to have those follicles, which is I like to call it the basket that holds the egg. The follicle starts to grow, and then estrogen starts to go into the bloodstream and do some other things, right? So we see the breast starting to grow as well, right? And so we know that the process has started. I think we alluded to the one before in last time we met about cervical fluid. And it's going to be important for us so that our girls understand that they're going to start to see some of this stuff even before they see their first period. And so you needed to be alerted to that, Mom, that, you know what, her body is starting to ramp up. And so every time she sees the cervical fluid, it's just her body is going through the up and downs of the estrogen levels going on in her body, right? And so keep her aware. I'll tell you the story. My daughter, came into all of this. It's in the middle of COVID because I was teaching women, and she heard me talking about cervical fluid. Now, on the book, actually, there is the picture. We do have a picture of what cervical fluid may look like. And she actually was the one who helped me to be able to gather the pictures. We didn't get the real thing. We got stuff that's closest to the real thing. But one of the things that she actually is the youngest in her class in terms of, age. And so half of her friends have gone, they're older than her. And so they started this process before her. And so, of course, girls talk in school. So let's make sure that we're teaching them, that they will be great representatives, because depends, if we don't teach them, they will hear it from someone else. Let us be the ones who give them the information first. And so my dear little daughter says to me, oh, Mommy, my friend named Given, she said she has seen some white stuff on her underwear. I said, oh, yes? What I told her that she will see her period soon. She said to me, how did you know that? She says, oh, my mommy told me. So let's be the one who do the telling. Okay. And let's tell them that it's normal. One last thing I want to give you a shout out here, because Mom, I know that Coach Tanysha really wants to make sure that you have value. And that's why we're here. And the next thing too is, I said, the cervical fluid comes before the red flow. Red flow has a pattern, and this is one that I like to talk about. It has the red flow has a pattern when it follows ovulation. And we want to teach our daughters how it may start. Okay, so it may start like when she starts to have the flow, it may start off light, then it goes to a heavier flow, then it goes to moderate, then it goes to light. We want to see that. And guess what? Listen to me here. And I am not the music teacher, Coach Tanysha is. But let her explain to you. We want to see a crescendo, decrescendo,
Yes.
or we want to start from crescendo and decrescendo. I hope I'm saying the right thing, Coach Tanisha.
We want to go from decrescendo to crescendo to decrescendo again. Yes, yes.
That's
We want to
right.
start off light, move up, get a little heavy, and then come on back down.
That's right.
Yes.
So that's what we want to be them to see, because if she is just seeing, okay, I'm not sure what to call it, Coach Tanisha, I have no idea. But if she is just seeing something that with no variation, that's not a period. So, Coach
Okay.
Tanisha, I don't know the musical terms for that. If she's just saying that means that, you know what, whether it's high or low, whether she is having a heavy blood flow. Like in the book, I created a template for my daughter, and I numbered the template in the book. So when she tells me that she has seen a number 6 in her period, if she has seen a number 6 in her period for 5 days, that's too heavy. That's wrong, right? And so one of the things we want to make sure that you tell them what's the normal flow and what's not. Okay, so those are a couple of things I just wanted to put in here today. I hope we have given you some value to walk away with.
This is really powerful because, I mean, the fact that you want to see a pattern even in just the red flow itself. I mean, that is new information. Although I think people may have in their minds they know that, but they don't know that if it isn't that, that maybe there's something off.
That's
Like
right.
you shouldn't either be all light or all heavy.
That's
There
right.
should be like a ebb and a flow, like a you have the right word. And even when I think about like going from really soft to really loud, so we start off pianissimo, we go up to piano, get a little bit louder, get up to mezzo forte, maybe forte, and then we need to bring it back down real gentle. Yes, yes, I love it, I love it.
To
This
the
is so
expert,
good.
talk to the expert.
I love it. This is so good. So, with you mentioning your book, go ahead and tell us a little bit more about your book and where we can get it.
Again, great. So what's happening inside my body? The growing girls, period tracker tips and journal, and moms, listen to me. As I said to you, I am a registered nurse, but I love to nerd it out. And so I made sure that I wanted to make sure I put resources in here that you can relate to, that our girls can understand. So this is just actually the book for the event, which of course we hope to have again soon. But you can grab this and start your process. Have them to start the tracking of your cycle. I mean, I'm happy to say, like, I have, because when I was doing this, when I was doing the book, my daughter had started to track. We almost have 1 year of tracking record. And
Okay.
yes, listen, we're looking for that decrescendo,
Yes.
crescendo, and you know what? And you know what? You'll see the changes. So you can grab the book at Amazon, and you can also grab it at KimberlyYhap.com. And more information about the Growing Girl event, you can just write me a note and contact me on that link as well.
Awesome. Awesome. This is really wonderful. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Listen, we got one more video about this that we're going to do, and then you guys are going to have to get the rest of information by connecting directly with Kimberly because as you can see, she is a plethora of knowledge, just has so much, and you can tell that she is passionate about what she's doing. And that's what we want to see, right? That's what we want for our girls. We want someone who cares about them and who cares about their health. And, we want to provide opportunities for them to connect. And so, thank you so much, Kimberly, for being here. Thank you, ladies, for watching and for paying attention and for being a part of Mommy and Me on Assignment. Listen, we're going to do it one more time. And if you have not done so, please go over to YouTube. All these videos are going to be in our group on Facebook, but also on the YouTube channel. I'm on assignment. So go and make sure that you like and subscribe and share the video. Share these videos with moms that you know, with your daughters. Sit down and watch them together, okay? We're going to be back again one more time to have further conversation about the menstrual cycle with Miss Kimberly Yap. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Kimberly. And we'll see you again soon. I'm Tanysha Carroll. Bye bye.